Hello, World Wide Web. This is GW Pomichter, and we are hanging with authors at the Speculative Fiction Southeast Conference in Orlando, Florida. And we are here right now with Chance Glenn Jr., the author of, I am not going to try to pronounce that. You go ahead and give us that.
It's Valor, Flames of Camelot.
Valor, Flames of Camelot. And Chance, how's the conference going for you so far?
It's pretty exciting. I've met a lot of other authors, which was my hope coming here. I've been able to promote my book around, pass out some cards, so it's going pretty well so far. Yeah.
Have you met a lot of readers here at the conference so far?
Not really, but I'm a new author. It's my first book, so. I'm not going to have a large following right now.
Tell us a little bit about the book and what is Flames of Camelot all about?
Well, it's this otherworldly knight. He grows up and comes up during the age of Camelot, the age of King Arthur. Now, you're probably thinking, I've heard the story of King Arthur 100 times already, but it's a completely new character. Camelot's a backdrop and a launching point for a new story. So it's really exciting.
Now, what inspired you to write Flames of Camelot?
Well, I always loved making characters, just making new characters. Even like when I would watch a TV show, I would often, make a side character in my head and have him follow around the heroes on their adventure. And I always loved video games that let you create and customize characters, so that was probably part of it.
That's fantastic. Now, are you you're published through Tate Publishing? You're traditionally published, and this is your first book. Is this your first conference, or have you been to a few others?
This is my first conference.
Is it? What's your favorite part of the conference so far?
Well, I caught the performance last night, and that was pretty fun. I'm looking forward to the masquerade ball, though, so I'm waiting to see how that goes.
That's fantastic. And any favorite authors that you've met so far? Or?
I haven't met too many yet, but I'm hoping to meet some soon.
Well, good luck to you, Chance. We hope you do really well this weekend, and I hope you have a lot more fun. And thanks for taking the time. And now, Chance, where can people find your books right now?
Well, you can get it at morningbirdmedia.com. Okay. And there's also a Facebook page with all the information, Valor, Flames of Camelot, and we have a website, and it's
oh, there we go. Great.
Yeah, it's valor.tateauthor.com.
That's fantastic. Go to valor.tateauthor.com and pick up Valor, Flames of Camelot by Chance Glenn Jr. And just kind of keep an eye out. This is Chance's first book, and it's his first opportunity to kind of come into your lives and into your world and tell his stories. And a new take on Camelot as seen from an entirely new night. So it'll be a wonderful thing. Enjoy the SFSe conference, Chance, and thanks very much for being with us here. And we're going to go and we're going to hang with more authors. We are hanging with the authors at SFSe Orlando, Florida. I'm GW Pomichter, and we'll be right back with another author from SFSe. Hello, World Wide Web. Welcome to Hanging with the Authors. I'm GW Pomichter, and this is Sage Ia, and we are at the Speculative Fiction Conference Southeast in Orlando, Florida. What an amazing event this turned out to be.
This has been a lot of fun. We're at the Sheraton North in Maitland, and there has been so many people here. There's a ton of authors and filmmakers that you ran into.
It was amazing. I mean, just to watch, we're seeing a real shift in how artists tell stories.
Yes.
Not just authors, but filmmakers, musicians, everybody. They're out here, they're mingling with fans. Right here, you get movie posters signed for the indie film.
I saw that. That's awesome.
You can get, the actors are here visiting, so independent actors. We have the authors are just aligning the rooms. It's amazing. And there's a lot of readers and fans coming out. And what fun. Just an amazing time to meet your favorite author, meet your favorite writer, meet your favorite filmmaker. This is just a great, all-around great event.
And it's so much fun with the speculative fiction because there are vampires and zombies and dragons and witches, and it's just amazing.
Now they had events happening, I guess, later on today.
Yes.
The live action role play is going on here.
Yes.
And there's some parties tonight.
Yeah, there's
So-
a masquerade ball at 10 o'clock.
That's right. So if you're seeing this a little later on after we get it uploaded, then make sure you get over to SFSe Orlando and really be a part of the speculative fiction community.
It is a lot of fun.
It is. It's fantastic. In just a minute, Sage is going to go and find us some authors to hang with, and we'll be hanging with authors at SFSe Orlando. So tune in. We'll be right back.
I think there's something that we all have in common. Something primal. Everyone wants to be seduced.
All we need is one night and an appetite.
I'm just saying it's natural. Take away social etiquette, it's just we seduce to survive. And I bet if you could spy in any room here right now, you see a seduction of some sort going down in everyone.
I promise, I'll be a perfect gentleman.
Darling, I do.
Are you trying to imply that I am questioning my sexuality?
Let's get a fancy
Aren't we all?
honeymoon.
Women want a whole lot more than just to be seduced and then screwed and discarded by some chauvinistic douchebag with non-committal issues.
Don't you want to be with a guy who just wants to please you,
Play all night and sleep all
seduce you? You have a guy who loves you and takes care of you?
Yeah, I have someone.
I didn't pay you for a conversation.
She said, are you a prude? It's time
You know we gotta be the most passionate couple ever.
I know.
And I adore you, darling, I do. But I implore you.
Do you love me?
Let's get a fancy room.
Of course.
Oh, Miles, you remember our prom, don't you?
Yes.
This is a very special night for you, isn't it?
Tonight is the night that I'm going to lose it to you.
Sleep all day. 'Cause life's too short.
I have something for you, you big dog.
Wow. Yes, all men are dogs.
Hello, World Wide Web. I'm GW Pomichter, and we are hanging with authors at SFSe in Orlando, Florida this weekend. We are here with Elizabeth A. Schechter, the author of Counsel of the Wicked and all of these other fine books. But we're going to start here with Counsel of the Wicked, and we're going to talk a little bit to Elizabeth about SFSe and her writing. And just tell us a little bit about, let's start with, tell us about Counsel of the Wicked.
Well, Counsel of the Wicked is somewhat different for me. It's a dystopian fantasy. It's much darker than anything I've written before. And my main character, whose name is Matthias, who's on that cover there, is asexual. And so I am writing an erotic romance with an asexual main character. It required a lot of research.
That's got to be a lot of fun, though.
It was interesting. It was interesting doing the research and finding out how the body language was different and the different kinds of mental approaches, I would say, almost, in dealing with a character who doesn't really feel the same sexual urges as someone who's heterosexual or homosexual or something. And what we wound up doing was we wrote, myself and my editor, who pushed me to make this one of the strongest books I ever made. We worked on this character so that way he is demi-romantic asexual, which means that he is capable of forming a strong emotional bond with someone, and then he will, hunting for the next thought. This is why I'm a writer, because
There you go. The words come when you're at the keyboard.
Yes. When he forms a strong emotional bond with someone, and I'm not going to spoil it. He will be more willing to consider a sexual relationship, even though he may not have the same reactions or understand quite what or why you would want to do that.
So it's a lot more about the emotional bond involved in intimacy than the intimacy itself.
Exactly.
Okay, now this is one of obviously many works, and so we're gonna go down the table here. We'll start on the end here and talk a little bit about what we've got in genre and give us kind of the genre, the main character, and where they fall in line of publishing. When did you have? Okay, so.
All right, we have Tales from the Arena, Playing for Keeps, and Tales from the Arena, Opening Gambit. This is book 1 and book 2, going backward, of a trilogy. Book 1 is a prequel novella, and book 2 is a rather long novel. These are my science fiction erotic romance. They're heavy on BDSM, so if there's anybody who enjoyed 50 Shades of Grey.
So you have science fiction, erotica, BDSM, romance.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Nope, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Okay, we're going to come down here. We know Counsel of the Wicked, which we just talked about a little bit. Yes. Now we have House of Sable Locks. What are we looking at there?
Steampunk erotic romance.
Wow.
That's a great one. It was fantastic. It was so much fun to write, and that book was responsible for me spending a lot of last year walking on air.
Fantastic.
It finaled for 5 or 6 major awards. I lost count. Won one of them and was picked up by Audible.
That is fantastic. Great job. Great job. And down here, this is another steampunk book. I got Carnal Machines.
This was an anthology. I have 2 stories in this anthology from Cleese Press. And the editor of the anthology is very fond of saying that if I had not sent her a short story for a different anthology that was rejected for that anthology, Carnal Machines would not exist, because she said, I really like this story. Would you mind if I pitched a steampunk anthology so I could use it?
Oh, fantastic.
The entire anthology happened because I sent my short story, The Succubus, to her.
Oh, wow. So in Carnal Machines, The Succubus is your story? Okay. So are they just related stories, or are they the same story?
It's the same stories. The Succubus was a short story about a clockwork AI.
Okay.
And because it's erotic, she is one of the features of a brothel. The entire brothel runs on clockwork. It's all automatons. And I wrote this story and I sold it, and she wouldn't get out of my head. And she's like, no, there's more story here. There's more to it. So that one short story became The House of Sable Locks.
Oh, wow. That's a nice peek inside the look of how an author's mind works. Once you get a character and a world inside your brain,
they won't leave.
They're not until you get them onto the page. They're not leaving until you get them on the page. This is fantastic. You got a lot of little swag here for everybody that's coming by the table. How is?
The ones on the table are the ones that only show up as ebooks.
Okay, fantastic. Oh, look at this. Look at this. We're gonna collected works. I'm gonna do a count real quick, and then we'll start talking about them. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Not this one, because that's
not that one, doesn't count. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 available as ebooks, I assume, through Amazon, Nook. Okay. iBooks? iBooks, okay, great.
Yeah, I have links on the backs of all the cards.
Oh, fantastic.
And
that's great.
on my website, there are links to all of them.
That is fantastic. And there's just a wide variety. And like you said, you won't be nailed down.
No, I won't.
No, that's fantastic.
High fantasy, straight-ahead Victoria, retellings of mythologies and fairy tales.
That's a lot of fun.
What I enjoy.
Nice, very good, very good. If any advice to writers out there that they're not sure where to start, and so what do you write? When you first sit down at the keyboard, what do you write?
When I first sit down at the keyboard and I've got a new story going, the first thing I write is the title. I will write down the title. It doesn't matter if that's going to be the final title, but I get that title down and then I just go from there. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I sit down, it's like the Counsel of the Wicked started as The School. And I wrote The School by Elizabeth Schechter, and it just started to flow.
So plotter or more of a pantser?
Plotter.
Yeah,
Yeah, there are 9 pages of outline that became Counsel of the Wicked. I was scarred horribly by a trilogy that never finished, and that the author no longer remembers how the 3rd book was supposed to go.
Oh, so that didn't happen. And
No, it hasn't happened, and it's been 20 years.
Wow. It's probably not going to?
Probably not
So
going
we can brace ourselves for that. Okay, well, Elizabeth, where can folks find you online, or where are they going to find your books? Where are they going to find you?
You're going to find me online. My website is elizabethschechterwrites.com. Schechter is Schechter.
Okay.
It's an impossible name to spell, and I realize that, but it's a good Yiddish name.
There you go.
I am on Facebook, at elizabeth.a.schechter on Facebook.
Okay.
I have Twitter, EA Schechter. I am on Tumblr as EA Schechter. EA Schechter in most places.
I believe me.
Twitter, Tumblr.
Branding our author names is probably one of the best things we can do in the market.
Is elizabethschechterwrites.com.
And we can find the books at Amazon.
Amazon. Most of them are Amazon.
Okay.
Some of them are on Barnes & Noble, not all of them, and I don't know why. Some of them are in iBooks, and again, not all of them, and I don't know why. And not any bookstores yet, gosh darn it.
Oh, wow. That's a hard sell.
Yes,
that's a hard sell. But you know what? It's fun to just see them on the shelves once in a while. I went out. I found my first book on a Barnes and Noble shelf one day, and I thought I would do cartwheels down the hall. I left. I didn't buy anything because I was like, oh look, I'm there. This is where I make money, not where I spend it, which is normally not the case when I go into a bookstore. So yeah. So anyway, thank you very much for hanging with us, Elizabeth. We really appreciate it. Elizabeth Schechter, author and very prolific author here. Thank you for hanging with us. We are hanging with authors at SFSe in Orlando, Florida, Speculative Fiction Southeast Conference, and we'll be right back with more authors. Thank you for hanging with the authors.